Welcome to Continuously Building. Before, I've shown how to get shadows to show up properly underneath our 3D models in ARKit using directional lighting, like this. But what if we don't want to use directional lighting and just want a simple baked shadow to show up directly underneath the model? Today, I'm going to show you how to do just that. First things first, let's open up our armchair model once again by going to File, Import, OBJ. Now, we need a plane underneath to capture our shadow. Now, let's click on the Create tab on the left here and select Plane. Now, the plane got placed at the position of my 3D cursor, which wasn't at the origin, so let's expand this menu and update the location to 0, 0, 0. Okay, now let's close this and take a moment and set up the editors we're going to need to use to accomplish this task. First, I want to make use of this bottom window and change it from the timeline view to the UV image editor and expand it a bit to see what's going on in there. Now, if I click up here in the corner of the render window, I can make another window which will make our node editor, which we'll use a little later. Now let's look at the lighting situation. If we click render here, we can see the shadow being cast off to the side of the armchair. What we really want to see is the majority of the shadow directly underneath the model. To do that, let's change the position of the light. So let's move it to 0, 0, 15, which will place it directly above the model. Now, let's render again, and we can see that the lighting looks much better. Now, in the UV image editor, we're going to create a new image called My Shadow Plane. Oh, we need to go back and actually save it. Now let's switch from object mode to edit mode. Click the Shading/UVs tab on the left and unwrap. Now we'll switch to the Cycles renderer and create a new diffuse material. We're going to add an image texture node which will contain the My Shadow Plane image we just saved earlier. Now let's scroll down and select the Shadow Bake type and click Bake. It takes about a minute for my machine to do this. Now that this is done, we need to make the white around the shadow transparent. To do this, we're going to switch the node editor into compositing mode and check Use Nodes. Okay, we can delete these two nodes, and let's add an input image node. Now let's open up the baked shadow image in this node. We're going to add a color invert node and link image to color. Now we're going to add an output viewer node and link color to alpha. Now let's select viewer node down here and do image, save as image, and save it as my shadow plane trans.png. It looks blank. Yep, it's blank. Let's try resaving my shadow plane texture again. Image, save as image. There we go, that did the trick. Now let's go into Xcode and add our new diffuse material into the project and select it to be used by the plane. Two quick things I would do to make this look right that I didn't do in the video are change the shading to constant, or else you'll get weird reflections. Also, maybe drop the transparency down to 80% or so users can see the floor through the shadow. Other than that, that's going to do it for this video. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, let me know in the comments below. Other than that, see you next time. Bye.